It's Friday, November 19, 2021, ladies and gentlemen. It's the last edition for the week. We begin the edition with this story as the atmosphere at Carrefour École Publique d'Aido in Douala was tense yesterday, November 18, following the death of a detainee. The victim, Nzimo Bertin, 36-year-old, went to the police station after being summoned by his police neighbor following an argument. He was allegedly beaten and sent home to Bonaberi, but later died at his home, which angered the family members who took his body to the 9th District Police Station to demand justice. Let's revisit this story with our student journalist on internship, Catherine Ekongwe.
A 36-year-old man identified as Zeno Bertin was allegedly beaten to death by elements of the 9th District Police Station in Daido Douala 1 subdivision. According to information recounted from the family of the deceased, Bertin, a motor mechanic, resided in Bonaberi, working at Carrefour Pasteur Douala 5 subdivision, had a rift with one of his neighbors, a female officer who filed a complaint against him. Speaking to the press, the second wife of Bertin, Gwini Anita, recounts how her husband was seriously beaten after respecting convocation, with a physical bruise on his face. Bertin died at home before his corpse was transported to the 9th Police District by the family members who are inconsolable. All attempts to get the commissioner was futile. Anti-riot police descended to the scene with water cannon to disperse the population. The population was also tear-gassed, while rude police officers attempted to brutalize some media men.
The ministers in Cameroon have responded to questions preoccupying members of parliament. This was yesterday, November 18, 2021, at the National Assembly during the November 2021 budget street session. Concerning the national body of bailiffs in Cameroon, the question was addressed particularly to the Minister of Justice, the slowness of the authentication procedure addressed to the Minister of Higher Education, and the state of degrading roads in the country, especially in the northwest region, was addressed to the Minister of Public Works. Martin Komni, owner of a plantation in Fumbot, has just escaped death after having recently recruited two young people, Alain Brice, aged 16, and Rigobert, 21 years old. Reports say while he was going to inquire about the state of the crops, he was tied up by his two employees and struck several times with a machete before fleeing, making away with the sum of 700,000 francs CFA. The man left for dead was rescued and taken to the hospital. Investigation led by elements of the Fumbot Police Security Station first located them in Bamenda. They managed to escape to the city but were finally intercepted in Limbe. A boy identified as Rahong is currently under police custody in Bafia for terrorizing his classmates with bladed weapons. Reports say the student who attends Lambata Technical School in Bafia has on several occasions attacked his schoolmates, causing terror in the school. Reported by parents of some of his victims, the student is currently responding to questions as per his acts. Elements of the Mungo North Gendarmerie Brigade have intercepted 530 cartons of tramadol and Viagra drugs illegally imported into the country. Details with Fon Quinta.
Over 530 cartons of contraband drugs concealed under the guise of eggs have been intercepted by elements of the Mungo North Gendarmerie Brigade in Kongsamba-Lithura region of Cameroon. The drugs coming into the country from neighboring Nigeria were seized at the Yimo Gendarmerie checkpoint, a locality in Barek-Bakem subdivision, Mungo Division, on Wednesday, November 17, 2021 at about 3 a.m.
Nous avons mené une opération en date.
We carried out an operation on the night of November 16, breaking 17 at about 3 a.m. and intercepted this truck with 530 cartons of illicit drugs, including tramadol and Viagra. We also want to thank the population because they gave us information, and we want to tell them not to be scared. The gendarmes are in Mongo Division to serve the interests of the population and protect them.
The illicit drugs, including 500 cartons of tramadol and several cartons of Viagra, were destined for Douala, Cameroon's economic capital. According to the company commander for Mungo North Gendarmerie Brigade, the campaign to fight against illicit drugs is in a bid to ensure end-of-year festivities and upcoming Afghan competition goes unhitch-free.
Et aussi, nous voulons rappeler aux uns et aux autres que la position du haut commandement est claire. Les fêtes de fin d'année.
We also want to remind everyone that the objective of our unit is clear: to ensure end-of-year festivities and Afghan competition goes on well.
Before destruction, the drugs were presented to the senior divisional officer for Mungo Division.
Rappeler que les éléments de la compagnie de gendarmerie de Mungo Nord ont procédé dans la nuit d'hier.
Elements of the Mungo North Gendarmerie Company last night intercepted this truck coming from the northwest, though from neighboring Nigeria, en route to Douala.
De la République du Nigeria et en direction de la ville.
The truck contains several cartons with some having eggs to play over the intelligence of gendarmes.
Plusieurs cartons, certains pour masquer la vigilance des forces, contenaient des œufs.
The alleged smugglers and their truck were taken to the Mungo North Gendarmerie Brigade for further investigation, while the goods were burned in the presence of administrative and security officials.
A new book titled Community Federalism has been launched. The 250-page document, authored by Cabral Libby, president of a PCRN political party, dissects and proposes solutions to multiple crises facing the country. Lasha Kingsley covered the book launch and gathered the following report.
The ongoing crisis in the northwest and southwest regions, a country formerly hailed as a haven of peace, appears to be a critical moment rocking the foundations of the colonial architecture of the young state of Cameroon. And at a time when individual learnings and loyalties complicate the vision of a common destiny, the sense of social identity demands serious revision.
Community federalism by Cabral, famed as a young, outspoken political leader, former presidential election candidate, and current member of parliament, steps up as a reasonable compromise to restore the vision of Cameroon as a bigger input which brings together a good number of specific samples.
Honorable Noran Fossin, PCR and Member of Parliament for Wuri East constituency, says the book, authored by the president of her party, carries the opinion of majority of Cameroonians who cannot speak up.
This book is very special and it reads about very deep problem of our society. The community federation, it's very important for us. And actually it's just, the President Cabral has said so loud what people think, actually, and they are not capable of speaking out. So I think it's very, very important, and everybody must get the book and read the book. It's very important. You will discover a lot of stuff. You are going to discover true identity on what you have to identify to. So I encourage everybody to get it. It's affordable.
The 250-page document in French and English dissects and proposes solutions to the multiple challenges the young state of Cameroon is going through. As a caveat to those who will get the book, the genuine spirit behind community federalism that may appear controversial in some minds can only be fully captured if readers avoid to skim pieces of the work in isolation. On the contrary, they are recommended to indulge in scanning the entire text from start to finish, and by so doing, they will abide to the golden rule, which stipulates in plain terms that a book is never judged by its cover.
Students of the Catholic University Institute of Boyer have been drilled on entrepreneurship and life after graduation. The workshop took place Wednesday, November 17 at the Bonaberry campus in Douala, Joingong.
The Catholic University Institute of Boyer Douala Bonaberry campus yesterday, November 17, 2021, treated its students to an entrepreneurial workshop, as it is a tradition of the institute to invite guest speakers to their campuses to motivate its students with their real-life experiences.
We believe that for you to succeed in future, it starts from now. The kind of networks you make now, the experiences you know about how the outside world looks like, and all those things are so important now. That's why it's a tradition. It's where we always bring these people who are making it. And the exceptional thing about the speaker of today is that it's our student. So it's a pride for us, especially in the entrepreneurship department, to be able to come back with a student who is making it, who owns the company, and he can come and share with other current students what's happening, his challenges, and encourage them that they can make it in Cameroon.
The guest speaker of this edition, himself a Catholic University Institute alumnus, shared with the students tips on how to find their path and purpose amidst personal and social life.
I read a little bit on it and realized that, like myself, we've always been thinking of our path and our purpose like the same thing. That's our path and our purpose. I realize our purpose is quite objective, like what you want to become. Some of you are managers, some of you are engineers, some of you are IT engineers as well. You want to become that, you want to have a great career, you want to have a great business, you want to become top-notch in the world and everything. But most of the times you don't really find happiness at the end of that. So that's why I was happy when they used the word path. Because your path is more fulfilling, and in your path, you could develop your purpose.
The young CEO equally had a special advice for the civil engineers of the institution.
I really hope I spoke something that can help one or two people. And further, I also wish that the students who are studying civil engineering here, as well as other courses, they should believe in themselves and believe that there is an opportunity out there for them, both creating their own firm or working or under other existing companies. They just need to study and get through this phase, and I'm certain their path just began. They will move on to better days.
The administration of the Catholic University Institute believes that the sessions with the guest speakers is a platform to expose its students to the realities of entrepreneurship and life after graduation.
And on to this communique, users of uncleared vehicles in Cameroon have until December 31, 2021 to comply to clear their vehicles or to comply to regularization of their vehicles. The press release of the Director of Customs signed on November 18, 2021 sounds like a final warning. According to the release, users still have a few weeks to regularize their situation without fines with competent customs services. Out of the country, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari at Azo Rock, Abuja on Thursday, November 18, to discuss U.S.-Africa policy under President Joe Biden's administration. At the center of discussion in Nigeria was the issue of NSAH, which has sparked international attention. The U.S. government sought an accountability report on NSAH's protest, a report which, according to him, is democracy in action. Education, security, and climate change issues were equally discussed. That was it for today's edition of Prime Flash. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. You have more stories in our 6:30 p.m. Prime News with Fon Quinta. Coming up next is In the House with Eileen Sama and her ladies. Have a nice weekend. Bye.